If you sell here, you're going to regret it. And while everyone is screaming market crash, I'm here to tell you that the bears are about to get wrecked. Okay. And I'm going to give you two signals in this video that is telling me that the market still has legs to run. All right. And the only reason I'm making this video is because when I go to this YouTube trending page, this is the YouTube studio. When you have a YouTube channel, I think everybody has access to this. All I see is this isn't going to end well, prepare for war, what what's coming is worse than a recession. It's just a bunch of bad headlines. And I'm here to tell you that those bears are about to get wrecked. And I'm going to show you exactly how to figure this out. All right. Just by looking at two things here. All right. But first, before I share that with you, I'm going to go over the wins. I haven't shared the wins in a while. Yesterday we had one winner, one loser. We had a position at Walmart. We closed it at 15%. It didn't run very hard. PDD, we closed a small position at negative 25%. So bittersweet. The PDD call was actually a small position, and we had a second PDD call that was actually a bigger position size, normal position size, and we actually closed it at 16% loss, as well as our Upstart Leap contract at 10% loss. With the report that came out and then the anticipation for interest rates, Upstart did not like that, so they closed. It just tanked for the day. JD calls, we did close them for 30%, and MU calls, we closed at 53%. MU has been a monster, and I'm actually going to show you why this is really important here. Okay, MU. I don't know how MU is looking like. We hit the end of the year target, and this end of the year target, this is such a specific target. I cannot make this up. This is all Gextron's work. I don't 641. What is 641? It doesn't mean anything here. It's such a specific target, and so this is what's happening with MU, and this is why I emphasize that everyone should use Gextron, because even though I'm being biased and it's my tool, it's a really awesome tool. Okay, 141.70 was the end of the year target for MU. This company is very, very strong. We're very long on MU, but as of right now, and what we're seeing is like we hit the target, we'll wait for a drawback, a correction point, and then we'll just get in again, and that's it. And we'll let Gextron actually tell us when that's going to happen. Which reminds me, if you want to get access to Gextron, there's a free plan. There's going to be a link in the description for you to join this community. And I make announcements here of when the next round of invite codes are going to be sent out. So if you want access to this, come in here, let me know so you can get access to this tool. Okay, this is the tool. Now, let's go back to the main topic for this video. How do you know if there's a market crash? These are two things that I look at when it comes to the market crash. First, in the last couple of videos, if you're using the fibs, get rid of that. Second, look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA has the biggest influence in the market, okay? At first, a couple of videos ago, or maybe the last video, I said it was good. It looks like it was going to go reach this 153 area, but it actually made a reverse U-turn and it went to the upside. And I think it's because PPI came in negative and everything just popped. Okay. Now, SPY has been nonetheless difficult to trade this month. It's only September 10th, and it's been difficult because it pops and then it fades out, and then it pops and it fades out, and that can feel like SPY is doing nothing. But in reality, if we just go about to the monthly time frame here, it's been making all-time highs almost every day or every week, right? It's the first week of September, and since August, it's still been making all-time highs. Okay, and there's nothing bearish about this in the monthly time frame. This is the macro overview of SPY, and we still believe that SPY actually is going to run to, just like we did the target for MU, I'm going to give you my end of the year price target for SPY. Okay, and I believe that is, let's see if I can find it here. Oh, I don't have it here. Now I got to look for it. Okay, end of the SPY. Damn, can't believe I don't have it. End of the year. Can I look that up in? Damn, I must have redrawn the line when I was doing the Gextron training call. Well, I'll tell you here, it's about 675 to 680. Let's see if we can find this on I'm going to show it right here on Gextron. So we go to price targets, very simple. I go to price targets, I go to January. So here is as of right now, the market is anticipating SPY to hit $701. Now, earlier I had about 678, 680, but as of right now, it's saying that we still have 49-point move to S&P 500. Now, we cannot neglect the downside. It can possibly go from 701 to the top side for the end of the year or 602 to the bottom. All right. Sadly, I think I redrew my lines because I was doing a training call. But I'm going to show you this one tool here on SPY that tells me whether the market's going to crash or not. And that's this gamma profile on Gextron. This is a very important view in Gextron. Okay. It's a very important data point because what this tells me is if we're going to be in a very volatile market with intense selling pressure. Okay. And there's this metric point here called gamma flip point. And it's very, very simple on Gextron. Are we above it or are we below it? As of right now, price is 652. We are 6 points above 646, which is the point that said is the what is it? The line on the sand, right? Below 646, we're going to expect very volatile market, intense buying and intense selling pressure, unpredictability. And so that's when I know, hey, the time has come for SPY to correct or something bad can happen. Okay. But we are way above it. And when we are above this line, this is why we like to swing trade a lot when we are above this line, because it's a buy the dip and sell the rip type of market environment. Okay. Market makers, when they are gamma positive, which is above the zero line, they're going to stabilize the market and they're going to add liquidity to the market. There's nothing bearish about that. But it feels like it in the short term, in the intraday, when you see something like this on the hourly time frame or the day, it feels bad. It feels like it's going to crash, but that's not the case. Okay. It's going to find a level of support and then it's going to go higher unless price action goes below this 646 point. Okay. Now, until that happens, there's nothing to be bearish. And I've been saying this for a few videos now, and I still believe that we're going to have that 675, 680 end of the year price target. Okay. Now, another thing that I like to look at here is the unusual option orders. Okay. I like to see, Gextron makes it super simple, right? It's just like, do you see a lot of red or do you see a lot of green? And you'll see white. White just stands for neutral sentiment. Red is bearish sentiment. Green is bullish sentiment. But when I look at this, I want to see stacks of red to see if this is going to be if there's going to be a crash or some sort of bearish environment. And that's not the case right now. It's a lot of white, some green, some red. Okay? It's just that simple. It doesn't get more complicated than that. At least with Gextron, it makes it really simple. Okay? And not only do I want to see stacks and stacks of red, like I want to see this entire page filled with red. This first few rows that are on the screen, I want to see all red. And I want to see short dated expirations and high premium. And I'm talking about $100,000, $300,000 for SPY. I'm talking about in the millions. That's how I know there's going to be a market crash or something bad's going to happen. Okay, Gextron is really good at showing you this stuff before it even happens. And when you can spot this out, then I can say, okay, now it's time for me to either hedge my long positions, which we've done in the past, or it's time to close some of these long positions and just hold on to cash. Okay. But as of right now, that's not the case. And it's not going to be the case because this one single metric right here, gamma profile chart on Gextron, it's saying it's bullish. Okay. It still has legs to run. Okay. So that's it. That's how I know whether the market's gonna crash or not. These are the two metrics I look at every day, all day. And if you want to have access to this, I'll put a link in the description. Remember to sign up to that free school community, okay, let me know inside that you want access to a free plan, and we'll make it happen, okay? If you have any questions about this or you want to share anything with me, put them in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.